less than 4 days until the midnight pre-release for buying the epic version of the beta or epic version of the game rather, is out. And this is going to be the routing guide for Windrunner Spire. So I watched Zorthas' stream, and I copied the route that the tank pulled here, and I created it on the side. As you can see, this is a hectic dungeon. There's a lot of ways you can go and a lot of mobs you can pull. And just looking at this map is actually just confusing. Looking at this, like all the different levels and stuff. So I tried to draw lines. So a lot of these white lines between paths are showing where it leads to. So for example, like after 10, this path leads here. And then some of these other like dash or arrows are chain pulls. So like this, for example, he pulls 6 and it'll chain it into 7 and then chain that into 8. So that's what the arrows indicate. And then the straight lines are just kind of the path you take throughout this dungeon. So hopefully that's helpful when you look at this, but even for me, I've looked at this quite a few times. It's still pretty, hard to kind of get a handle of where everything leads to. So let's just get started though. So watching this route that Zorthas completed.
A lot of classes like Mythic have a DPS build, I think Evoker as well, but that's like lower healing, and I don't think you really play them. Same with HL as well. So I don't know if healing them is like enough to like make any difference or anything.
So for this first pull, pretty much every group does this. You just pull this whole room. There's a couple casters, make sure you kick those, and then you lust this pull.
The damage tree for Holy Priest isn't Archon, it's Oracle. Oracle is more damage, but Archon does damage anyways. Use added features basically we got use of TBU when clicking the dungeon and sorcery, that's good.
Alright, spell guard, so you have to move out of that. So the Magus dropped that spell guard, and that's just a damage reduction aura. So you just pull the mobs out of that. It's like the Knights in Priory, but a lot easier to see.
I'm knocking. Look, Thunderstorm's OP.
You can see they're casting it too, and you can move preemptively.
War. Okay, we don't need a healer.
There's a lot of damage here. This is a very big healer check. It's a pretty very hard pull for the healer.
Maybe small
so use your
changes.
defensives if you're a
I'm
DPS. Tanks, it's pretty easy. It's not super hard to live as the tank, but for the DPS, the healers is definitely tough. So I go now this way. You can go. He goes to 2. You can actually go the other way too if you wanted, but most groups will go this way to number 2 on this route. And you want to kill the steward. So once the steward dies, then he starts chaining into pull 3 here. So the steward is the priority mob.
Well, bears get nerfed. At some point between now and Heroic and Mythic Week, bears will get nerfed.
Yeah, definitely will.
Don't know when. They'll do a ton of healing throughout the Heroic Week. I hope they don't wait till Heroic Week to do the obvious things.
I'm gonna kick that. So another steward here. It's gonna be marked for somebody to pull. So for pull 3, you go down that hallway, pull those spiders, and then come out here. Just go everything.
Might be the same now. Is it worth pressing Blaze on AoE? Flame Shock itself doesn't do damage, but there is a node in the tree causing Flame Shock mobs to take 10% more damage from like all your main abilities. So I think you do want to Voltaic Blaze to keep up Flame Shock.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think Mage will get buffs defensive again. No, I don't think they're going to do any more defensive buffs. I think that this patch is
so I killed the caster, and then he starts kiting. So that's a big theme throughout this dungeon is you kill the casters or the main scary mob, and then you start kiting. You go to the next pull.
Yes, they will definitely do balance between now and the start of Race Sword.
Yeah, definitely will, for sure. Yeah, Monk, look at the Monk damage too. The Monk tank is keeping up with these other classes. So the Survival Hunter and the Monk are almost doing similar damage. So Monk playing Master of Harmony, I believe, is the best DPS spec right now. And then Druid are for sure getting nerfed. They're basically doing DPS damage right now. Which is probably very fun. I haven't played them, but they're certainly gonna get nerfed. Hopefully they buff Prot Warrior, and VDH was strong early in the beta, but I think now it's sort of falling off. It doesn't feel very tanky too. I don't know if they changed something secretly, because I didn't see anything about defensive nerfs in the patch notes, but they feel weak.
I don't know. I think tanning damage will get nerfed. Guardian will get nerfed. Probably Brewmaster as well. Don't know by how much.
Yeah, both of them.
Again.
Alright, so now moving on to pull 5 here. So I just did this pack. Moving on 5. So here the scary mob's the apex links. So they kill that and then they'll start chaining. He does this jump so it leaps to the people with the swirlies. He defensive that, I think. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, enhance does need a buff.
Puncturing
There
bite.
is a
Okay.
reason I'm playing Elliot too. Enhance needs a buff. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, I really hope they buff enhance. Oh, Tank died. He died really quick there. So Zorthas tries to kite. Okay. Didn't make it. He tried. Reincarnacy. Back.
The community is more focused on what needs nerf instead of what needs buffs. Well, I think there's both things, right? I think both things that could be true.
That Tank says I'm trolling.
I think the things that need nerfs are very egregious. The thing that needs buffs are like.
So they kill the links and then I start chaining. Onto now they're going from 5 into 6. So you pull all these here.
Like people say Reptile needs a buff, but then like a Reptile is doing like pretty decent damage.
They get the Blood Lasher, so now the Blood Lasher is the priority target. So they kill that and then they'll start chaining to the other mobs. We gotta like skip this low.
I think Reptile still does need a buff. But it's like easy to say. It's easy to say when something. You know why? You know why it's easy to say when something needs a nerf?
What?
Because when something needs a nerf, like when a spec is doing a high damage, you know that the potential for the spec is high. You have seen the potential for the spec. When you know something is doing low damage, you don't know if you've seen the potential for the spec because a spec could do. Look, a spec right now could be doing 200k DPS, but no one's found the build yet.
Or they could be bad class. They might not know what they're doing.
That's egregious. It's not actually true, but it could be the case.
So chaining. So now they're going from 7, chaining into 8, and then once these start getting low, then they're gonna go into the boss here.
You're guaranteed. And yeah, the things that need a nerf are way more in the slide than the ones that need a buff.
Yeah, for sure. So these territorial Dragonhawks, they do this fire spit, so these need to be interrupted. So they're knocking those. What's happened? Doing some sort of crowd control.
Yeah, survival looking rough. He did die in this dungeon.
He did die. Yeah, I mean, dude, the monk and druid damage though. Like, if you check out Kira's Twitter, he's posted a lot of screenshots of some of the damage he's been doing. As a tank, as like a druid, and it's insane.
But yeah,
it's
I mean,
like,
that is an example.
A possible comp that people could run is actually just running mostly tanks because currently they do so much, but it's gonna get nerfed. Okay, so the boss is gonna do this Burning Gale. So he does a frontal 4 different times, and he just changes directions just to avoid it. Watch out for these spinning fire tornadoes, and if you touch them, they do damage and then they stun you, which is not good. So just watch out. Okay, so Burning Gale's over, so he did his frontals. Moving to the tank. Just keep avoiding the swirlies. This boss isn't too hard. There's not a lot. There's not too many mechanics here, and a lot of them are pretty telegraphed. So he gets this swirly on him. So it's gonna drop a fire pool, just put it to the side like that, and then come back in. The tank never gets that though, so if you're a tank, you won't get that mechanic.
What is sandbagging?
Okay, put that in the center.
Sandbagging
Those.
in World of Warcraft is a term used to imply that someone is playing a worse build or using a worse build in their sim, or using a worse rotation in their sim, or worse consumables or something like that, with the intention of the spec being buffed.
Yeah, trying to make it look bad so that it doesn't get nerfed and or buffed. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold this on you
Yeah, holding Stormkeeper.
Now, does it actually happen? maybe not. Where's my Skytree buff? Yeah, I might have anked and not pressed Skytree. That's sandbagging. I'm sandbagging, not pressing Skytree.
So I've got less than a minute 30 here too, so I'm gonna save it
Now,
for
I
another
don't
pull.
know how much it actually happens. It's probably stated by the community. I don't think there's many like TCs out there actively thinking like, alright, let's not put this in. I think it's more like a thing like there are some sim profiles right now that are like not using proper consumables, but it's kind of just because like they aren't implemented properly in the classes sims. Do you have easy reminders? No, I don't have that. Should I get it? Oh,
Ember Dawn's down. Okay, so after the boss, you run up here, and then you click this, and then it transports you back to the room where you did the first pull.
But I don't know if that was sandbagging or just pure error.
And now you're going to the right here, so moving on to pack 10 on the route here. And so same thing as pack 2, where you kill the which mob is it? It's the steward. And then once the steward dies, you can start kiting into
like,
the,
I don't think
next fight.
sandbagging is as widespread as people say, but maybe psychologically there are people who put less effort into theory crafting because they know it's fruitless. Because if you find something, well, it'll be the base of the nerf.
I mean, if you like your spec, it could be beneficial just to keep it on live. Strong, so sandbagging might make sense. But
I think it is a pretty safe assumption
who knows if people actually
to think that Blizzard will not be able to tell every single
it would be fun to play a beta sandbagging all the time.
That would be like used. I don't think Blizzard is theory crafting builds to that extent. I have not lost it.
Okay, so you lusted this pull. Basically just did it on cooldown there.
I don't like. Allegedly, Blizzard does have their own internal tools, but I don't think these internal tools are having every build. Like I don't think Blizzard.
They targeted the Woebringer there. Killed that.
Greater than the community theory crafters. Remember when that hunter said it was Dobby on max and then Aaron ended up being best pick in week 1 in keys? I think that's just like, I think theory crafters cannot be trusted to give opinions on mythicplus. I think a lot of the theory crafters genuinely like don't really like give correct opinions on mythicplus ever.
Okay, the flesh behemoth down here, that's gonna be the prow target. That's the new prow target. He drops pools on the ground that you just have to get out of. I think they're permanent. They just keep moving.
Like we're putting Frost in A, Arcane and Fire in C.
Yes, these are the pools.
Frost is the worst mythicplus spec at the moment. Like I don't think. I think there are a lot of
maybe
that
not.
just, like, aren't really
damaging.
Are very like numbers focused, and they think that simming better on dungeon size or some shit is like equivalent to M+.
Yeah, it's different.
And to be fair, they probably wouldn't actually give their opinions on like M+ ranking to other classes if they weren't like prompted to. I would hope so.
Okay, so moving into
I don't know.
Pull 14 here. So you get these mobs, and then you can go to the next boss after this. The devoted Woebringer can be the proud target here. That pulsing shriek to AoE damage, heal checks, gotta heal through that. He's defensive.
I mean, it was Max's tier list is not real, but I don't think these like TCs are going on and just rage baiting people, yeah. And I don't think they're like they're like that in tune. I don't think we should like shit on them or anything. I'm not like saying anything against them. I'm just saying that like I don't think they're intentionally sandbagging or anything. Look, I think it's just TCs who aren't really mythicplus focused.
Yeah, with Elemental Shaman, they still have Thunderstorm, but for Enhanced Shaman, they removed Thunderstorm, so
that's how it was.
Ellie is currently doing more damage,
latest
and they have
fix.
more
Which
utility
is why I think
than
it's
Enhanced, so
dumb that Max did the whole
possibly.
fearless thing.
If
like,
Enhanced and buffs, Ellie's gonna be
last
better. It's looking so far.
You couldn't have waited 1 week. I know, yeah, like Fellowship to play or something. Oh, I lost an Elemental Blast.
So this boss is pretty easy. I like this boss. Everybody in the group gets a swirly like this, and then just drop the pool, so just move to the side. Everybody moves out. And the boss as a tank, it doesn't do very much damage at all to you. This isn't a scary fight. But somebody gets this, so they are marked for the hook, and you have to go behind the Callus, and then he hooks her to stop her AoE damage, and then he pulls Callus too. Latch pulls Callus too. So that's how you get through that phase. The tank can get that mechanic as well.
Race, like he's gonna revise it like during.
So keep your mobility around for just in case you get that.
I mean, revising it during the preseason weeks is a good call. Because
These pools will despawn. You can see some of them around the edge start to despawn. So
they changed the main stone, keep it better.
You don't have to move too much. You can kind of stick around and start rotating to the spots that clear up.
Overload, and they fixed that, and it seems to be nice now.
And these bosses don't share a health pool as well, I believe. Yeah, they don't.
But you know what Ellie's not good at is 2-target like this. I do not think Ellie is good at this.
I mean, this monk, he's almost doing tank damage right now, but the monk is just doing insane damage. Some of the tanks just super over team right now.
I logged on after the patch and my Tempest Overload was doing more damage. I didn't even know it was a bug. Has Ellie ever been good at 2-target? Last season it wasn't terrible. It wasn't this bad as last season. Yeah, I was in C. How did he die? That's not good. Okay, I tried to get through the sea. I shouldn't have.
How many battle rows do they have? I can't tell.
My wall is just on swear as well. I should have been at
They've
the back
got
away from my wall.
no more. Okay, so look at it's on the bottom.
Feel clunky.
Bottom here.
Not to me. I think Stormbringer Ellie feels quite nice. But the tier list and thoughts of streams of player specs and revises next week and ask people's opinions on other specs. I mean, I was there for the last revision. I did think he had to revise it because people were up in arms about the Marks and Hunter Dobby tier thing. But I think it was a good call, honestly. They fixed rep bugs. They were doing no DPS. I doubt that Divine Storm would make them that much better. They did fix some bugs actually. I don't know what the bugs were. Same dual PL Hunter.
Yeah, it looks like
yes, same Hunter.
This is current segment, and then this is overall damage here. So in the overall, the red is topping right now. Zorthas did die here, so it's gonna reduce it. Maybe it isn't updated. I'm not sure if it updates in comment. I don't think it does. But yeah, tanks just right now are just doing some crazy numbers. So they're gonna certainly do some tuning. Hopefully that includes like buffs for Enhanced Shaman and some of the underperforming tanks. So we'll see what they do. Where did that take him? So this is good to see. So when you respawn, you can click these magical shoes here, and you get a move speed for a minute. So you can run through this dungeon, because this is a huge dungeon. A lot of, it would be a horrible run back if you didn't get it, something like that. So now they're moving on to pull 16 here. So coming down here to the end of the hallway. Killing the breaker. So the breaker does break ranks. The caster charges towards a player,
numerically Org is looking quite strong
inflicting physical damage and knocking them away. So it's like a line, a charge that you just have to stay out of. And then interrupting Screech. So they Screech, interrupting cast. So it's you can get, so as a healer or caster DPS, you can get spell lock. So just be careful for this. Just watch out.
Org is, look, I mean, it's not surprising at this point. Org is
you could probably outrange it though. Maybe if you played it out on range, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
It does it. Oh my fucking god, bro.
See.
It does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it says 60 yards, so that's
Loki
quite a
bugs,
big range.
Typically
Though.
no.
That's the charge right there. It's telegraphed, so that's nice.
I don't
see
know
it
if it's a definite Org meta. I also think Org lost what made it OP. To play on Raid, yeah, I think Org looks really good in Raid as well. I think Org lost a lot, which a lot of the things that made Org OP.
Healer goes down there.
Like the buffing tank healer, Flynn Guardian. What else did it lose? I feel like I lost something else. Okay, your add-on list. I have some profiles for some of my add-ons on my Discord, yes.
That's good. Yeah, check out Zorthas' Discord.
The Org is still supported.
It's coming up here, so now this is pull 17.
No,
So you're gonna sit here for a second, get some threat, maybe wait for Pat, the patrol, and then they're gonna pull the Phantasmal Mystic back there. And kind of kite forward a little bit.
Are we bling here?
I think he's waiting for the Pat, he wanted it to be to the side.
Oh, okay, we're just going in, okay. Alright, good timing actually.
Lust comes up in 1 minute,
Mage,
I'll probably
Lock,
save
Ram,
that for the
Lock,
boss.
I mean, both Mage and Lock are looking good right now, but I'd say Mage is always the safer pick.
Yeah, Mage is always safe. Fire's looking pretty good, that's in the previous video. Arcane did get nerfed, so maybe people haven't found the right build for it yet, but
Mage, I mean, I think Mage is always
it is
like
looking like Fire's doing a little bit more damage right now.
Really, but there's nothing that's truly safe right now. But I'd say Mage is always a safe pick.
Alright, the axe throwers.
Yeah, the clock has ticked over to 3. To 3. The clock has
Yeah.
ticked over to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, coming soon.
3 days. No, wait, 4. 4 days. 4 days until midnight release. Wait, is that correct?
Alright, so now 17, cutting into 18, so this is the last trash pull. And then you've got the second to last boss, and then you immediately after killing him go to the final boss. So 2 bosses in a row here. Oh, gee, a lot of mechanics here. Yeah, the Phantasmal Mystic is the prio target for dying in these packs. So he's switching to it.
How it feels like to play Shaman good. I think Shaman feels good to play, yes.
Alright, so this boss is a tank. He's also quite easy.
It's 4
He's
days.
doing rampage. This is a
It
tank
actually
buster,
4 days.
physical damage, just hitting you over time.
About M0.
Really not scary. Doesn't do very much
M0
damage.
is opening with official release on the 3rd of March, yes. Eon himself confirmed.
Okay, this is mechanic. You have to be near somebody, so 2 people need to stand. At least one other person needs to stand in your circle, or you get feared. So it's just a stack mechanic. So it's a good circle to be in.
They like just misrepresented the information.
Tank buster coming up. So reckless leap. So he jumps to that location. So that's where a player is. And if you're in that circle, you get a bleed. So don't be in the circle.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I have no idea. How the fuck does Australia have the best release time? By the way, like why is your release time like so like weird for NA and EU, and then like EU gets it at midnight, like NA gets it like midway through the day.
Yeah, targeting the mystic there. And then the tank is gonna stack it on the hunter, the head hunter. It doesn't move, so you have to stack everything on that.
Entire day gaming.
So he's getting targeted. Somebody gets targeted with this blade storm. Just stay away from the boss.
Show over your work.
And if he's on you, just get away.
Take the day off. I mean, it releases at 3 PM PST though, you know? Like that's not, people are working at 3. Are people not, okay, if people are working, are they not working at 3 PM PST? Oh shit.
Yeah, stay there, stay there. So yeah, you just need one other person in your circle. So rampage going out.
Yeah, is anyone retiring specifically for midnight?
Be pretty early to retire.
Stonekeeper this ad set.
Oh,
yo,
dude jumped
what the
out.
fuck?
Oh, no.
What?
He gets food. 5
He
seconds.
just dashed away from me.
Targeting the Mystic. Good call. So he's gonna kick it. Yep. Nice. And then stack it on the Axe Thrower. He's targeted by the boss, so he shouldn't kite
Oh
that
yeah,
through.
I'm
So you kind of want to be
it's bad
aware of
in
where your
EU
teammates are. So he
regardless.
pops the defensive stage. He's gonna take a little bit of damage.
I know the release time is bad in EU regardless. It's nothing to do with work. But I feel like wouldn't you rather like have the release time be early in the day in NA, and then like in the afternoon in EU, rather than be late in the day in NA for like people who aren't taking time off,
Mm-hmm.
and then like in like a dead time in EU, I don't know, 10 a Saturday
Think
morning.
I
Yes,
followed.
no, Friday. It'll be Friday morning. 10 a.m. Friday morning. Which dungeons will open on the 3rd? Like all midnight dungeons. Yes. Assumedly, these 8 dungeons will
Those
be
aren't the
M0
dungeons.
with reduced eye level.
Some of those are, not all of those.
But there's M0 available.
I
Probably
think
the
some
day
of those
of
are Dells or
early
something. I don't even
release.
know
Not
what some of
early
those are.
release. The day of official release, March 3rd.
So the tank's gonna jump in. Okay.
Then
That's good.
EU reset is like 5 a.m.
Alright, so now
O's
you
reset is
click
like 2 a.m.
this
I mean,
orb thing
NA
here.
reset
It
is
takes you to the
bad.
last boss. Yeah.
Isn't the NA reset at a bad time, by the way? NA reset is at like 8 a.m. or something, right?
It's early.
What's NA
Yeah.
reset at?
Beginning of the workday,
7
basically.
a.m. in PST. I mean, NA reset would be like 10 a.m. in EST, right? In EST, you get like fucked over. You're just like up to game during the day, and your shit's resetting. Like in Australia, at least it resets at
Less
in
here, okay,
Australia,
third boss.
reset is at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. You're only up if you're like unemployed.
So
Yeah, if there's long maintenance, like 10 a.m. with 8 hours of maintenance.
boss
you
is
can't
gonna
take,
do
like, 6
bullseye
p.m.
wind blast. So these arrows on the ground,
And there's a
I'll
daily
call them
lockout.
out
No,
when it
M0
happens.
is weekly lockout.
So
Bro,
the boss
Blizzard
jumps over
did
here, and then that
irreparable damage
circle on the left is gonna
to what the
expand,
community thinks
and you need to
about
hop over it by
M0s.
touching
Nobody
these
knows
arrows.
whether it's weekly
That have
or
like a little
daily
wind
anymore.
gust that'll
It's
pop
been
you up
weekly for
and just
2
go over the
seasons.
edge.
What?
Okay, so he didn't do it,
Did I
and then
not
you get
walk into
stunned
that?
and take damage.
Oh my
The healer
god.
gave him bark. That actually was super
Oh my
clutch.
god, my
He saved him right
ascendants,
there.
bro.
He healed him through that and barked him.
I was a bit off. It's a
Yeah, he
smaller
tried
than I
though. He
thought.
just missed it. So that's what you do. You just hit those pop up.
Yo, hello, bro. I could have got that extra thing, but I didn't. No, you've done a lot of beta. What's your opinion on dungeons? I think the dungeons are reasonably balanced. Algatar is like
Well,
the
okay, so
easiest
one
dungeon for
person
the
gets
hardest
targeted,
time, I feel like, when
and
I'm
they just have to
playing
like
dungeons.
sit still. They can't. If they move, the
I
boss
think
falls.
Skyridge are probably the hardest. Skyridge and Seed are probably the hardest dungeons, like
Yeah.
killing wise,
I agree with that for sure.
like living wise. In EU, we can play at 10 a.m. Friday too. I mean, yeah, but you're
Okay, hit the circle. Boop,
yeah,
pop
the
up.
actual release is at like midnight, right? Which is like, well, I guess it is lore friendly though. Okay, how about this? EU gets the most lore friendly release time for midnight. I feel like that
Closest to
counts for
midnight?
something, right?
That does, sure. Okay, Tempest Slash coming out. Okay, so now they've got these swirlies. So he's trying to stand on
looks
these
like a
shock
choke
pools,
now.
if you see this. So this is gonna end, and then it clears that shock pool. So it's good to clear the ground that way. Give you more space to play.
You know, I might have not cleared. I'm gonna be paying attention. Do I ascend here?
If you
Show
if
the
you saw
boss.
that when he went
Oh, yeah,
up on
the
that
boss.
orb, it actually creates a shock pool on the
These
floor.
are the worst.
Not
ascents in
really-
my
I'm not
life.
sure why I did it right
Worst
there.
ascent of Stormkeeper in my life. Gonna have to go upstairs in my ascendants as well. No jealous, yeah. I think they maybe nerfed it a little bit too hard. It's a bit easy now, maybe. I don't know.
Boom, pop up.
They've changed this boss a lot. So I remember when the first iteration of this boss, it was like so basic and boring. Okay, mythicplus dungeon. I like Nexus Point Zanas.
Okay, Nexus.
A lot of other people don't though.
A lot of hard trash
It
in
might be
Nexus.
an unpopular opinion to like Nexus Point Zanas.
Alright, so that's how you do this key. So they
Get the
Timed this with 2 minutes 46 seconds left and 9 deaths. So good route.
I think
And yeah,
last
that's how you do
boss
this
is the
dungeon.
best. I don't